Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Play Slay the Spire. It's been a while since we've had to say it, but we're on a losing streak. 2 in a row. Give me a rare card for the low cost of 7 HP. This is a tricky one, because Reaper is an enormous enabler in a strength build. Limit Break is incredible, but it's horrible early. But it's also like, I mean, it wins you the game. So what I'm going to do, and by the way, this Ascension, to me, it seems like it's not messing around. They're saying enemies have a more challenging moveset. No thank you. Wow, 27 and 26 HP respectively, huh? But I'm taking Limit Break, knowing, but hating the fact that I know that it's a dead card, and we're going to aggressively, I mean, this is my game plan, we never know if it's going to come out like this, but we're going to aggressively pursue, I'm keeping this deck as thin as possible, we're going to aggressively pursue a strength upgrade. We'll take a strength upgrade card, like Spot Weakness, Demon Form, variety of options therein. We'll take a relic, even like Vyra. Seems totally fine to me. Honestly, with Bash in this deck, I think we handle it like this. We've had the opportunity to go down to a 10-card deck, which is actually a 9-card deck. Really would have liked 2 strikes that turn. It's a 9-card deck when you consider the fact that we lose that curse right off the bat, so... This guy doesn't normally have 56 HP, and you can't tell me otherwise. Bash and Strike kills him. We got hit pretty badly here, but I'm telling you, we're sacrificing a lot to build this deck. I believe in its ability. I believe in its power. You know what? True Grit thins our deck out even more. We're drawing exclusively gas at some point. Gain 275 gold. Become cursed. You know what? Yes. You know why I'll do it? Because we have an upgraded True Grit. The odds of us being able to get rid of that in a couple of turns are pretty high. I would like you to hit me ASAP. I prefer not to get it for 10, but like we don't have control over that. Please God, just strength. Shuriken, something. Anything related. This fight is going to suck, but anything related to strength. Do yourself a favor. Don't exhaust all the defense and strikes out of your deck. Don't want to leave myself with like exclusively Bash. Man, that's unfortunate. Taking another 10 damage. And it's a very slow ride for us here. Slow enough that I am genuinely, legitimately concerned about dying. And I think we will. I'm just looking at it with, like, honest eyes. What can I do, you know? Really, by the way, trying to exhaust curses and, you know, etc., etc., even taking 1 damage here is a pain in the butt. This is gonna hurt. If we go down like this, which is looking increasingly likely. Reaper would have saved us. Well, you know, just goes to show you, life goes on. When you're hitting a rut, it's like Winston Churchill said, when you're going through heck, keep going. He didn't say heck. I will. He may have fought the Third Reich. Well, you know, commanded the army that fought the Third Reich. But he didn't have to grapple with the Google DeepMind language filter. So you tell me who's more of a hero. You don't have to. It's me. 3 strikes, and I'm out. Wow, this is painful. Taking 16. We're going to be at 51 HP. For our second room here. Very bad. We'll take Battle Trance. Agnostically a good card. You know, if we made... Thanks, I hate it. if we made a mistake on the last run, the one that died on the first elite, I think it's very obvious what that mistake was. We committed to an archetype we didn't have access to yet. You know, what am I supposed to do? When I take a limit break, I upgrade a limit break. We had a thin deck. In fact, I think we had an aggressively thin deck. It was thin enough to be comical. I love, by the way, that apparently enemies being harder essentially just means they never don't attack. That's the whole thing there. Whatever, we'll be at 42 HP. So we'll just learn from our mistake, hopefully. Enjoy your 12-card deck. Go towards an elite fight. Honestly, hit me for 1 to put you both in killable range. I'm not going to say we got hit for 1. What I'm going to say is that we're choosing to heal for 5. And now 4 instead of 6. Because we have to. Otherwise, we'd get hit for even more. Alright, come on, default ironclad deck. Whoo! Sever Soul has a certain temptation. Certain je ne sais quoi. But so does Iron Wave in a deck like this. I think. I'm going to go Iron Wave. Again, 275 gold for Regret. Now you're speaking my language. I will remove that Regret immediately. And now I feel like a genius, and we have a rematch. I'm going for raw damage. Strike, strike. Eventually, that could save us, like the speed potion could have saved us 10 damage instead of just 5, but I think 5 is enough to be somewhat happy with it. We are going to take 15 damage here. Basically, speed potion, it saves you 5 per card, is the way you should think about it. And that's the kind of turn you do not want to see, but realistically, we're killing this guy and then hopefully playing a defend after that. No defend, which is real bad. And we're kind of in almost exactly the same situation we were in last time. The only difference is that we have a card that gives us block in addition to attack, which is like a wild world for us. Otherwise, it's almost like uncannily similar. Really just want to make sure you're dead, even though it does cost us the addition of the days in there. 6, okay. We just need to draw a defend per turn, and we probably got you. 2 would be better. Like, that was a pretty much ideal turn for us. We don't even need to draw defends on every turn. We just need to draw defends on the turns where you attack. Oh my god. Actually just fire me, like, into a cannon. And shoot me into a different game. Even though I love Slay the Spire. I was so confident before this, I was like, dude, we've been crushing it lately. I hate this guy's attitude. At least confront the first boss. What do you think I'm trying to do? Oh, I haven't seen this guy for 10 seconds. Alright. I have heard, you know, it's a good time to think about, you know, where we've come from. I have heard that the ascensions past a certain point get comically difficult. I'm gonna hope that we're at that certain point right now to make me feel better about our earlier losses. Love to hit a question mark that unfortunately is also combat. I'm gonna, you know, maybe a positive attitude and an openness to pursuing an arithmetic style approach is what we need here. So far, it's actually not going that badly. I will take a pommel. Mostly, like, the draw that gets us through our deck faster. It's advantageous. It's also a very good target for upgrades. Off the top of my head, it's one of the cards that gets best. That benefits the most, I should say, from an upgrade. I really would prefer not to get hit this much, but we gotcha. Little bit of luck, but 62 HP is fine. Okay, I mean, this is where we want to be. Rampage and then a thin deck. What do you do? Weakness. This is unfortunate. So we know, and this is what I'm going to go towards. One of the reasons I really like the idea of a Rampage deck, despite having never used it until recently, is that it really only takes one card to be enabled, which is an unbelievable, like, dream come true. It only needs a Rampage. It needs a Rampage and then as few friends as possible. It's like me in elementary school. So I know that life. What we want... Give me the upgraded Rampage. I hate it. Most of all, I hate the way I don't hate it. Not even a little, not even at all. We want headbutts. We want draw. Those are very important. This is extremely ideal. We bash and then we draw Rampage. Huge. And then we're going to definitely use the plated armor. So there's only one rule right now. Basically, when Rampage shows up, we draw it. Or sorry, obviously we've drawn it already. We play it. And I'll take 20. I don't like to. Well, I'll take 13, actually. That's not that bad. And then we'll draw Rampage. Oh, we'll draw Rampage. Okay. Basically, you're dead next turn. All we need to do is draw Rampage. Or bash, strike. Hilarious. Bash will take you down to 10. Strike will not kill you. So, put up as much defense as possible. You know he's dead next turn anyway. We take another 6. No big deal. You're dead. What do you give us? Frozen Egg. Powers are upgraded. We're not intending to run a power build. As ridiculous as it might seem... chose not to take anything. I'm going to rest again. You know, if we choose... Well, let's see what our relic is first. Toxic Egg. Huge. Now we're getting upgraded cards, you know, out the wazoo. Which is a real thing that people say, and it's not just from the 1930s, no matter what people in the comments say to you. Get through the deck a little bit faster. Go ahead and hit me for 16. Please give me Bash Rampage next turn. Would be real nice. It's a bit of a long shot. We still get Rampage. And then we will play 2 defends, because I think you're dead next turn, but didn't even look at my draw. We got you, though. Very luckily, we got you. We don't need to rest anymore, which is what I was actually going to talk about. We need draw to get to Rampage faster. If we don't need to rest, we can do an upgrade, assuming this goes well. Bash Pommel's not going to get you. So I do this. No Rampage, please. Oh, I wouldn't have drawn it anyway. It's better this way. This is horrible. We're going to take a strength potion. We're going to take another strength potion. I obviously should have taken it earlier. I did the math wrong. We get hit for 6. This guy's got to die. He's an unbelievable pain in the butt. I would be open... How much does this do? 16. Which will not be 16. It will actually be 20. I will let him hit me for 11. In order to guarantee his death next turn. That's how much he annoys me. Smartest use of potions I've ever had. I don't know about Havoc here, to be honest. Really, I look at our present situation and I say the most important thing by far is we keep our deck as thin as possible. We only take stuff that enables Rampage to work better. It's exactly what we want. We could theoretically draw Rampage twice on the next turn if we draw. Okay, we didn't draw, but... Draw. Okay, we're going to be low on HP for the boss fight. Who's the boss? Ah, it's the perfect boss to be low on HP for. My favorite. We're doing so much damage to you, we should put up block, even though most of the time it's the fool's gamble here. We will draw. If we get Rampage, we play it. That's the only rule. If we don't get Rampage... That means we're getting it next turn. 24. Yeah, so I'll hit you at block 10, which I'm happy with. I think we can get you before you attack again. Well, it's real likely now. Alright, that went extremely well. Paper Frog, it's actually real nice. Now, I do think an Armaments can work here. Pre-upgraded, I understand the value of Shockwave, especially in the Paper Frog deck, but it's very expensive. I think an Armaments thickens our deck, but not meaningfully. Go ahead and take a little bit of gold. I would really like to live. I guess theoretically we're not supposed to rest here, but I might be a fool for trying this, but let's see. It's all Rampage. Have to play it. Don't have to play our other cards yet. Really, I think we just block and then Rampage. No blocks that turn, but Rampage plus Vulnerability is going to ruin this guy's life real quick. Take a little shot in the dark at it. Take a little shot in the dark at it. Okay, that's fine. Still get the 13 block. Basically enough. Rampage should be responsible for like 80% of our damage. Go ahead and hit me for 6. I hate it, but it'll be responsible for more than 60% of our damage. All we have to do is kill this guy before it gets around. Go ahead and hit me for 2. I want to keep you vulnerable and do damage in the process. 16 damage. It's our first potential lethal. We know what we're drawing. I think you should do it. We should be at 7 HP. I'd really like to draw Rampage. Not sure if you've heard of this miraculous card. If we draw it, we win. There you go. Believe in the deck. Okay, it's not that bad considering we just started rolling this build. Offering, I've come to not like it as much in Ascension because of how deeply we're relying on Burning Blood. But I don't really want Brutality. Even though the draw would help us get to Rampage faster. Okay. Okay. I'm putting a lot of faith in this, okay? Thinning this deck out as much as possible, letting the mathematics work themselves out. The eggheads, as the case might be. Start here. Couple of greedy boys, up to no good, started causing trouble in the neighborhood. I shouldn't be nervous is not really the right word. 16, 10, 26 damage. Well, we kill one. Very painful, but we need heals. I don't know how we're going to get them. That sucks. Like, obviously healing potions, obviously resting. I guess there are some relics that would do it for us, but it is painful. I don't think, even though they intimidate because it exhausts, I guess I can get away with. I would really like to not lose 30 HP, so come here. We have to look at heals first if they exist, and they don't yet. Draw pile being shown in order, great, but a lot of hassle for me. So I'm actually going to buy this even instead of removing the curse. And I know that seems ridiculous. I also could have done with a regen potion. Excuse me? It's like a little aggressive for turn 1, honestly. You know, if we believe in brutality, we have to show it. Three block. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. We might die right here. At which point we put in another another run in this cursed video. I think I have to hit you, and it drives me insane. I see we have this potion. Don't really want to use it. We are lethaled right now. We were hoping to draw a Rampage again, which is a little bit unlikely. Zip. 15 damage. He's dead. We're just hurt. Thank you for the poison potion at exactly the right time without even knowing it. And we're going for the maximum HP. Snack OI does not really bother me. The only thing that bothers me is that we're getting these terrible turn ones. 10 damage. Nothing to worry about. Have to Rampage. But simultaneously, also have to defend. I know we didn't play Rampage. It's very against our ethos. Ah, this is pain. Yeah, we lose. Okay. Well, you know what? Go ahead and kill me. We've been really trying. We're going to do one more here. On the bright side, at least we get to start with a blessing this time. These Ascension levels are not messing around in the least. Random rare, random common relic. Curse for a choose a rare card. We will take a curse to choose a rare. Fiend Fire. Not negotiable. We will hope to have a chance to remove it ASAP. Couldn't have killed any of them, so you just accept, hey, 9 damage turn 1. Pretty strong. Very happy man. But hey, Fiend Fire after that, doing good work. You do sort of look at Corruption as a possibility. You can get an exhaust synergy, but it's not good until we know that it's good. Seeing red is good by default. I didn't realize I said it like a young John Travolta. Let me hydrate here. There's been a lot of Slay the Spire. I hate it, but I think that's how you do it. Eventually, we're going to have to hit this guy. The real problem with Fiend Fire, and this is why we'd like an Exhume if possible, 2 strikes, bash and strike is fine, is that once it exhausts, it becomes exhausted. Something we're going to need to sort out pretty quickly. So we're going to remove this. That's like doubtlessly the right call. We got not enough money to do anything else except take another Seeing Red, which, albeit tempting, I think is a little bit overkill here early. See red, bash, Fiend Fire. Hopefully, we have some strikes left in our deck. You never know. But this is our best fight against this guy for a while, at least. Yo, we even drew the second strike that got us back. I do look at a cleave, and I'm like, you know what? First floor is going to be probably a little tough for us, so... I don't want to exhaust the cleave. Sadly, it's like our best attack. We did do a decent amount of damage turn 1, but all of that will be for naught pretty soon. Good, it didn't hit the bash. That was my only request. Take another 9 damage. Hopefully we kill you next turn, but it's touchy. Oh, we got there. Just barely. I will take a second Fiend Fire. It's ridiculous. But if we get them on opposing turns... Seems a little unlikely. Please, please. Okay. It's alright. I mean, the curse will exhaust itself, so it still meaningfully thins our deck, but... Okay, just don't exhaust... Ugh. Again, this is unlikely. The problem is we're guaranteed, more or less, to exhaust our own Fiendfire. We didn't. That's incredible news. This will work. It's not going to be great. And it's going to be a little messy in the process, but... decent bulk damage output. What on earth are we going to do about this deck? Like, obviously, we're exhausting a bunch of stuff. We shouldn't have even played the True... it didn't matter if we played the True Grid. They're all getting exhausted anyway. All I mean is, like... once we play our cards, once we play our Fiendfire specifically, we don't have it like any damage dealing potential. We just have strikes. I can get down with a basic strike as much as anybody else. Pocket Watch? Meh. It's something. I actually think a Whirlwind fits pretty nicely as well. There's another elite, and we're kind of looking for guidance. We're a little adrift here early on. So I want to fight the elite, if only to give me some kind of indication of where we're going on this run. Preferably, at least. The bash should be meaningful if we draw a Fiendfire. I mean, I don't really know what to say. Like, with 2 Fiendfires in a 17-card deck, you'd be expecting to draw them a little bit more regularly on the first couple of turns. Apparently, that's not plausible. Fruit Juice is very helpful. We don't have any archetype yet. Give me the doubt. I'll exhaust it anyway. Prove me wrong. All right. Very strong first turn, relatively speaking. What do we want second turn? Our other Fiendfire. Thanks to... dude, Pocket Watch is actually helping us out a great deal. 10 damage times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 2 curses. I think you'd take... well, what do we draw next? I want to crunch the numbers because we could save 10 life. Play this, play this. We do 50 damage. You'll be at 45. Next turn, we could do 17. No. We go for broke. In order to kill you, I feel like we have to do this. 12, 17, 8. That's also 17, but it gives you a vulnerability out of it, so all we need is 1 attack. And I'm like, I don't think we exhausted them all, so yeah, that worked out pretty well. Shrug it off, basically necessary. You know what? Who's our boss? Go ahead. This way we save the money, use it to buy a relic. Perhaps. Don't really want 5 potions. This is a very weird one. I think I will take an attack potion on a Wish in a Dream, and I will take Bag of Marbles in the hopes that we're able to get on turn 1 a Fiendfire with some value. Apart from that, we don't need anything else, I think. I hope. We're at 43 HP. We got a block potion and an attack potion if we use them in the right order. I like what we have going on. Hopefully. You gotta love Carnage here. Well, it's more expensive in the future, whereas Blood for Blood will probably become cheaper, but he's ready to break already. You have to. 2 enemies with 47 HP. It's a really good spot for us. We need to get 7 cards exhausted. That's every card in our hand except Fiendfire, so Goodbye. Many, many decent cards. But you know what? Hello, Pocket Watch. 12 damage. Might seem a little whack. We know exactly what we're drawing, though. We're drawing, like, literally the same hand every turn. So, I don't know. At this point, you probably would say hit him with just the high damage attacks. You don't really need to bash him again. And then I have a feeling we'll probably Cleave Strike Strike. Or Cleave Strike Bash is fine as well. Okay, so we got the weirdest synergy you could ever imagine. No benefit whatsoever, by the way, to a limit break yet. Offering is very interesting, but very dangerous as well. I'm going to go Immolate, as ridiculous as it may seem. And we'll just hope to exhaust the burns. We got a real thin deck, so I don't know. I'm like basically immediately regretting this decision. Maybe that's good though, because I've been feeling great about our recent decisions and they haven't really been working out that well for me. I believe in this. We played one card, Pocket Watch Fiendfire. I actually think we fish. I think, like, in every... We ideally draw Fiendfire turn 2. Turn 1 would also be fine. Exhume is a necessity. And then I'm going to remove another basic strike. But... upgrade a card. Upgrade a card. Say you love me again. Let's upgrade Exhume, just so we can always play it and Fiendfire on the same turn. Doesn't really work that well here. I will try this, because I hate you. We played 3 cards. So you know what that means. We draw Fiendfire, and we kill him. Okay, so that's how we win. It's the most unreal sort of combination I've ever put together. I would not describe that as a good thing, necessarily. No shops in my purview. But I'm going to take it anyway, because of our ability to exhaust cards. What do I like turn 1? Not much. I'm thinking, okay? We played 2 cards. No Fiendfire. However, Fiendfire. Okay. I mean, as weird as it is, we have our win condition. It's just real friggin' strange. That's a good reminder that, you know, even when you think you got it, you should probably run the numbers. I mean, we're getting through this. We only have 1 card in our deck. Thank God we didn't keep a basic defend. Oh my word. Okay, so we have to be very careful about that in the future. Yo, 1 second. Sure. Can it... I'm playing way late at night. Like, you might be like, why? I can't believe he's texting during the episode. Dude, it's like 9:30 at night. Not be... feeling like something else. I'm recording way late tonight to get ahead of schedule because TwitchCon's coming up, so you're gonna have to allow me that from time to time. We've only played a few cards. I still think you try to outwipe this guy first. I know we exhausted our Fiend Fire. I'm really hoping we draw Exhume. We didn't. It's okay. By the way, I hate you. But I can't believe we have a Pocket Watch style deck that's like sort of working right now. I've never looked at this deck as even like being a possibility. Honestly, Rampage is just funny here. What we should look at, I think, is if we can get a card... Hello, Tomo. If we can get a card that exhausts... Sorry, if we can get a relic... I'm all over the place here. If we can get a relic that exhausts... That gives us block when we exhaust the card. And I know there's one, I just don't remember the name of it. I think I will be an unbelievably happy man. I do hate that we're going to take 21 damage here. I also accept it as likely the best way to get through this, although our deck is now full of awful, awful garbage. So we're living. We will die. We will actually die now. I think... There's so many wounds. I think we have to make sure that we're getting you as close to death as possible. 20... No, we're dead. Yeah. So, I mean, first off, my math was wrong. Secondly, we were probably going to die anyway. Disregard. I had way less chance than I thought. Hey, thanks for watching, dude. That's 3 losses in a row. Womp womp. We'll be back to hopefully conquer the silent. Hopefully that seems like easy mode after this ascension level. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, click the like button. Obviously, radio, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya. See ya.